So when I say health span, what does that mean to you?
Healthspan says that I need to live to be around for my kids and my grandkids, and I don't want to be a mom from the couch. I want to be the mom that's outside swimming in the pool with my kids.
Mm,
I don't want to be the mom that's like trying to get down on the floor to play Legos. I want to
yes.
be the mom that's like this, right? In my kids with my kids, right? All involved. And so, um, a lot of people will tell me that you're too old to be a mom. Like all the doctors tell me I'm too old. That's why I'm going through all the natural things. But if I am fully present with my family and I
Yeah.
can do all the things and my health is not holding me back, that's what health span is to me.
Welcome to Body Sculpt of New York, 6 Weeks to Fitness podcast. And now, here's your host, Vince Ferguson.
Have you noticed that losing weight after 40 seems a whole lot harder than it used to be? Maybe you're eating about the same. Maybe you're exercising, yet the scale keeps moving in the wrong direction. And perhaps even more frustrating, your energy isn't what it used to be. Many people simply assume that's just part of getting older. But what if your body is trying to tell you something? What if it's less about age and more about your metabolism? Today, we're going to explore what metabolic health really means, why it matters for every adult over 40, and how improving it may help you stay stronger, more energetic, and independent for years to come. Welcome to 6 Weeks of Fitness, episode 241, where we hope to inform, motivate, encourage, and inspire you towards living a healthier lifestyle. And joining me today is metabolic health coach Shay Raney. Shay has helped more than 1,000 people to improve not only their weight, but also their energy, their confidence, and overall health. Before becoming a health coach, she spent nearly 2 decades mentoring people through ministry. So helping others transform their lives has always been at the heart of what she does. Shay Raney, thank you so much for coming on my 6 Weeks of Fitness podcast today. How are you?
Yes, I'm great. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you. You look like you're doing some work right as we speak, which is amazing. You keep it moving.
Yes, it's called habit stacking. When you got goals, you can walk on your walking pad while you interview.
Oh, this is great, great. Now, I think that most people, when they hear the word metabolism, they've heard it, but they don't really know what it means. And if I stop 10 people on the street and ask them, you will see what I mean. They don't really have a clue. So let's start there. What exactly is metabolic health and why should adults over 40 even care?
Yeah, absolutely. I had to ask the same question when I started doing this program. What does metabolic health mean? What does true health mean? For me, I grew up in a small town in New Mexico. I grew up watching my mom take naps every day in her car at work. I came into ministry. I did that for 18 years, and that was the story of my life, just living on the couch. Every day I would go teach my students. I would come outside, take a nap in my car. I would go teach my students, and I would come home and watch movies because I was always exhausted. And to your point, I thought, oh, that's just how health is. But then fast forward, I watched my mentor lose 150 pounds, and he challenged me to help others do the same. And so I took them to the gym because that's what we think we have to do is take ourselves to the gym and we
Right,
can outrun our fork. Well, you can't outrun your fork. There's
right.
3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat if that's what you're trying to lose. But to answer the question, metabolic health is what you are from the inside out. What is the health of your body? So I ended up going into a program. I worked for 1 week with my coach just to see what my clients would feel like. I thought, oh, I'm healthy. I weigh 105 pounds. Everybody always looked at me as a specimen of health. But to my point, I was living on the couch. Life was living me. I wasn't living it intentionally. I did 1 week of our metabolic reset program. My energy went through the roof. I lost 6 pounds of fluff all of a sudden I had abs for the first time. And I was
Hmm.
like, okay. But more than that, I had energy. I felt better. I looked better. My students said I was actually nicer to them because I guess we
Really?
realize how much food and, when you have that brain fog and all those things, how that weighs you down. So you're more easily stressed. For me, I would get snappy when I was tired, when I was hungry, all the things. But when I did that 1 week, lost those 6 pounds, energy went through the roof. I started dancing, hiking, and all of a sudden I was truly intentionally living life. And then I put back on a couple pounds and I started freaking out. And my mind was like, no, I'm supposed to be losing weight. I'm supposed to be losing weight. And I told my coach, like, I don't know what's going on. And she's like, okay, slow down. Let's go get on a metabolic scan. And I was like, well, what's a metabolic scan? And it's a machine that'll tell you how much of your body is muscle, how much is fat. Is that dangerous fat? How much of that is dangerous fat, which is visceral fat? How much is subcutaneous fat, which is the fat under the skin? It'll tell you what your metabolic age is. It'll tell you how much water you have in your body, how much protein, and those kinds of things. And so when I went and did my first metabolic scan, I got on the machine and I was like, oh, I put on 5 pounds of muscle.
Hmm.
And I'm actually looking more healthy. I'm no longer scrawny, but I'm actually putting on muscle. As I continued the journey, my coach said, what do you want to do next? I was like, I don't know. I want more abs because this is cool. It's a brand new world to me. I went on to put on 21 pounds of muscle. And so that's truly what metabolic health is. What is the health of your body from the inside out? Now, me personally, I'm on a journey for fertility. So I've actually been putting on healthy fat, which is kind of discouraging and frustrating when I look at the scale. But when I look at the metabolic scale, it still says I'm 5 years younger than I actually am. So
Wow.
if I'm 45, which I am, but my metabolic scale is saying 40, then I
Right.
still know I'm going in the right direction. So that's what metabolic health is. What is the health of your body from the inside out?
Wow, that's a really thorough explanation with examples. You sent me a link,
Yeah.
right? And I haven't had a chance to go through it, but I noticed it's a metabolic scan. Explain that because I want to put that in the show notes for anyone watching this video, this interview, to be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is a metabolic scan. It's similar to a metabolic scale, but it is just I think it takes 3 minutes to fill out what your activity level is, what your daily life look like. It's really a survey of sorts that will tell you in a roundabout way how much of your body is visceral, how much of your body is protein, fat, all of the things, and just understanding to give you a glimpse, right? If you go and actually do an in-body scale at the gym, you're going to get a lot of really detailed. If you go do a DEXA scan, which I'm sure a lot of your people are familiar with, you're going to get what you are, what you say you are. But I have a little $25 scale that I recommend to all of my clients because my clients are nationwide. They can't always get to those machines, but I send them this one. Now, is it as 100% accurate like the DEXA scan? No. But is it relevant to you? Yes. So if you are let's use GLP because that's really big right now. A lot of
Right.
people do GLPs, whether you like it or not, it's here to stay. But my GLP clients, I have them getting on that scale. Actually, I have all my clients getting on the scale every week, but especially my GLP ones because the muscle loss is so
Yes.
prevalent with that.
Yes.
If I can see them, have them send me that scale every week, and I see that protein is going, or the muscle is going up and the fat is going down, then I know I have them on the right nutrition to guide them because food really is fuel for your body. It's not
Yes.
about feeding your face. If you're a Honda, and you're not going to put diesel in your Honda Civic to get it down the road. But if
Right.
you are putting the right fuel in your body, then it's going to start looking, feeling all the things healthy.
Very good. Yes. Wow. That's very, very good. Now, most adults think that when they gain weight, that it's because they're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to that. It's more than just age, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more than age. You are the sum of your habits. Your habits will create you. So go back to me. I am, at that time 35 and thinking that taking a nap is normal because that's what I've seen in my family growing up, and just eating what I thought was healthy, And for me back then, it was like, today I'm having spaghetti and tomorrow I'm having tacos from New Mexico. So we got to have salsa and all the things. So I'm having enchiladas tomorrow, all of these things. But when you have the right macros, the right balance of carbs and fats and proteins, that's when you become a primal engine. You're really pumping on all cylinders. If someone were to go on my Facebook page, I recently just posted 2 separate pictures where I was, scrawny Shay, to 21 pounds of muscle Shay, to now putting a little bit more body fat, because we are trying to work on a faith-based fertility journey. So we have to put on more fat. And that's kind of a reverse mentality for me, because all the time I've been trying to bring down my body percent fat. I'm trying to put on more muscle, and I want muscle because that's going to create longevity. But in our journey, it's a little bit different. So it's when I've learned what we teach in our program, the habits that we teach has taught me how to put on the muscle in the go get it all strong, like all the things, to, hey, we're shifting to becoming a mom. I have to put on that healthy fat and those things. And so it's not just about, muscles and muscles and muscles for everybody. Right. Every stage of life is different. So I help people who want to lose weight. I help people who want to get pregnant. I have people who want to get off medications, GLP crowd. But it's like, what is your metabolic health? Where are you at? And where do you see the vision before you? The Bible says people without a vision perish. And so where are you? So you put that GPS and like, this is where I want to go. You have to take the practical steps to get there. And so that's really what we teach with our metabolic program, is like, here's where you are. Here's the practical steps to get there. And we're going to coach you through them.
So what issues do most people come to you with besides overweight? What else is it that you deal with?
Yeah, I have lots of different clients. Like I said, I have clients all over the U.S. I have a lot who want to get off of blood pressure medication. I have a lot who want to get off, who, are suffering from diabetes. I have a lot of moms and grandparents that want to get in the floor with their grandkids. And that was the shift for me moving from ministry to health coach. Well, I came to health coaching because I needed finances. The church had paid for my housing for 18 years. I'd never paid rent, and I was in my 30s. And I'm like, oh God, I have to pay my rent. Like, what am I
really?
But I'd already been helping people do this in the gym, but they were putting it back on because they weren't changing their foundational habits. To the original question, is it just because of age? Yeah, sure, there's some of that, but it's going to shift as you grow, but you have to know where your body is so that you can get there. And so when I started this program, and one of my first clients says, I have my husband back. He's no longer laying on the couch all weekend exhausted. Some client called me back a week later and told me I owed him a new belt because his pants are falling off. And then the next client was even more to the heart. She said, I could keep up with my kids.
Really?
And it was like, this is ministry in a new realm. Because in ministry world, unfortunately, it doesn't really pay all the bills. So you're always doing something. In most churches, you're doing extra work. So I was like, oh, this is ministry I'm actually getting paid for. And it's even more rewarding, or not more rewarding, because obviously heaven's the goal, but it's so rewarding to see someone living their full calling with their full capacity of their healthy body. So that they can accomplish what God has for them.
And in the Bible, I believe it talks about your body being the temple.
Right, exactly.
And so you have to take care of that temple if you want it to perform well.
Yeah.
And you talk about ministry. How important is that to you in your faith?
Yeah, it's so important. I actually call my business tree. It's my own word that I created. Business
ministry.
When I started, like I said, when I started health coaching, it was like, okay, if I could pay a couple bills, I could get my pay for my rent and those kinds of things. And those testimonies started coming in. I was like, okay, this is, like I said, ministry in a new realm. But these people are actually able to, moms taking themselves off the back burner, putting themselves on the front burner so that they had the oxygen. I mean, I just got off a flight yesterday. They tell you to put the oxygen on yourself because you can't help anybody else. So that's what I really love about this business tree, is that when I help a mom, when I help a grandma, when I help a a grandpa be able to keep up with their family or do those things. Even my own mom, she lost 30 pounds in 6 weeks. And all of a sudden went outside hiking with us and out hiking me and my dad. And that hadn't happened in years. And I literally looked at my dad and I was like, even with her bad knees, she's out hiking us. And it was just this moment of like, okay, when we really truly take health into our own hands and say, this is my health, and yes, doctors are great. Go to the doctors and listen to them too. But also, you know what your body is from the inside out. A little side note, I have a niece who just got into a ATV accident this week, and they were trying to send her home. But her pain was going up and she started getting more sick. And my sister-in-law put her foot down. She's like, you are doing the test today. Like, oh, we'll wait till Monday. No, you have to take health in your own hand. And they said, we want the test done right now. I don't care if you have to call somebody out to do it now. It needs to be done. And when they got in there, they found more injuries. Had they waited till Monday, it went further. And that's the same thing with our health. If we don't speak up for how we're feeling, if we don't reach out to others, we don't know what we don't know. I thought that sleeping on the couch and sleeping in the car at lunch was normal. But after that first week, it was a whole new world, because I said yes to the process of how can I go to the next level? Because I'm expecting, and I say this to all the leaders out there, because I know you have a lot of leaders who listen to your podcast. If you are only going this high, your people are only going to go right below you. You become a lid. So in your life, moms, dads, grandparents, leaders, pastors, are you being a lid just because you're not taking care of yourself? Because what if, I'll tell you a hard story. One of the first people on my heart was my uncle. He weighed well over 300 pounds. He said he would be my client as soon as I started coaching. Well, I waited 6 weeks to start coaching, called his wife because he wasn't a talker. She said, I'm going to do it, but he doesn't want to do it. Okay, fine. She loses 30 pounds in 6 weeks. Yes. He's raving about it. He has a better wife. She has so much energy, all the things. I did a metabolic reset night, which is an event where I show people what we're doing, and he's raving to everybody about how she's doing. Meanwhile, he's still suffering from diabetes and all these things. They're going to have to cut off some of his toes because the diabetes is getting into it. Wow. God is not going to take us one day before we're supposed to leave this earth. But when I got the call on March 9th that he was gone, I'm like, what if I could have just given him a better last 6 months? Because you're not going to leave earth till God tells you. But what if your last 6 months is your healthiest 6 months? What if you're living it to the full and not just struggling all the way till the end?
Yes. Oh my goodness, man. So you said your mom and you said your uncle's wife lost something like 30 pounds in 6 weeks?
Yep.
Just by changing their metabolic?
Just by changing their health and their eating. That wasn't working out and going to the gym. And those things are great because you do want to build the muscle. But we can't go, for some people, we can't go 0 to 100. We got to start with the nutrition and then add in the training. Now, if you're already a person who's already going to the gym and stuff, welcome to the 5% club, right? Because that's not most people. There's people who, like me, are like, people think we're healthy or, just because we're scrawny and little and all those things. But only 1% of America will go out there and discipline themselves enough to eat the right nutritions, to meal prep, to go work out and all this stuff. Our program is for the other 99%. Is like, I'm going from the couch to what? Like, I can't go from the couch and just go to the gym and know exactly what to do and how many times. And even if you do go to the gym, most times you don't even have enough protein in your body to not outrun your fuel. So now you're eating into your muscle, which is not good metabolic health because, but like I said earlier, it's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So if I'm going to work off a pound, because people are like, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work it off and I can eat whatever I want. Okay. That means, because I have a heart rate monitor when I go to my old gym, I have a heart rate monitor and it says, congratulations, you burned 500 and on a really good day, 700 calories. Right. That means I get to work out 7 more hours to burn off this pound of fat. Yeah. I don't have time for that.
No, come on. Exactly. You can't outrun your fork.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you teach people how to eat healthier, make better food choices.
Right.
And that's the key to improving your metabolism.
Yeah,
correct?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And then water. Water. First thing to touch your lips is going to be what you crave all day long.
How important is water?
Yeah, so water does everything. It flushes away fat, it hydrates your skin, like all the things, all the things. But what most people do, they get up in the morning and the first thing most Americans, coffee. So then they find themselves wanting coffee all day because the first thing that touches your lips is what you're going to crave all day long. For those who are watching via video, I have a straw because a straw will help you mindlessly drink. Now, did Old Shay drink water? No. What did Old Shay drink? 8 Dr. Peppers a day. That's not good.
Wow.
But in that terminology, if I look back to my old life, I loved going to Sonic. Route 44, vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
If I look at that and I drink it with a straw, that thing's usually gone in an hour or so, right? But if I were to put that Route 44 in front of me and have to pick it up all day long and drink it, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to get a drink in an hour or two. It's probably going to take all day long, but a straw will help you mindlessly drink water. And you want to get 64 ounces to half your body weight in ounces of water. A lot of people, my clients would be like, I feel like I'm going to the restroom all the time. That's okay.
Right.
You're flushing away toxins. You're flushing away fat. You actually are flushing away all the things that don't need in your body. I looked into this. Is this correct? I've heard you recycle water if you're not using enough water in your body. So that's just a weird thought to me. I'm not going to do that. Is that true? I don't know. It's just something just drink it.
What about putting lemon? I tell people put lemon juice in your water first thing in the morning and drink that before anything else.
Yeah. If someone is trying to lose weight, that's fine. I think it's a fourth a teaspoon of lemon juice, I would say. But fruit is not ideal when you're trying to lose weight because it has all of the carbs. What I really encourage my clients is essential amino acids because once you hit the age of 40, if you're not actively protecting your muscle, you're actively losing it. Now, what does that mean? Do I have to be in the gym all the time? No, if you are, that's great. But that means getting in your body enough amino acids to protect, to activate, and to restore that muscle. So with my clients, I have them taking a scoop of aminos every day. Now, if they're working out, depending on how hard they're working out, I might have them take 2 to 3 scoops of aminos a day. And so that was a big process for me in putting on the 21 pounds of muscle because what they do in your body is they will synthesize as a protein. They will activate, turn on your muscle, and then it protects and helps you build and restore.
What about creatine?
Creatine. I haven't done creatine in a while because I'm trying to get pregnant and not supposed to be doing that. But I was using creatine. I was taking a scoop of that a day as well when I was in muscle building. So that really does help. If that is your goal, is to really build, creatine is a great, great product.
Okay, but what if someone came to you and said, Shay, I've tried every diet out there and nothing works anymore. Where do you think they're going wrong? What would you tell them?
Spell diet. D-I-E-T.
Yes, die, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes. Spell health. H-E-A-L. You're doing a diet that's going to cause death when you need to be healing your body from the inside out. If you want healthy habits for life, you have to let your body heal from the inside out. So you've done all the things. That's great. But what's different about my program? Well, my dad's a mechanic, so I look at it as a vehicle. We have a 4-part program. We have 4 tires to the car. A lot of people will do a diet with one little floppy tire. You ain't getting anywhere if you're going with one little floppy tire. But number one, our first tire is a habits of health transformational system. We're actually walking them through 26 different chapters in a book, helping them identify unhealthy habits and replace those with healthy habits. If this is my foundation and I take, for me, the Dr. Pepper, that's a bad habit. Got to take that out. If I don't insert something else, what happens? I'm going to fall through. So I took the Dr. Pepper out. I put the water in. So helping them create one healthy habit of time. We teach on things from emotional eating, surroundings, the power of having a coach, community. It's like that game Red Rover. The more people you send over, the further you're going to get because you're linking arms and you're able to take down more when you're connected to like-minded people. Even the Bible talks about that where 2 or 3 are gathered, right?
Right. Yes.
Number two, we do have a community support page on Facebook. They can go in there and get quick, easy recipes so they don't have to think about what they need. They can go in there and find encouragement. They can post their victories. I had a client just go in there and post that she is, her goal is 168. So she's already down 50 pounds. She's 20 pounds from goal. But
Wow.
because she posted that in our community page, everybody else started cheering her on, which when someone cheers you on, it helps you go further, right? So
Right.
that community is so key. And we actually meet once a week online, 30-minute habits of health call. Since a lot of your clients are faith-based, I call it health church because a lot of us are Christians.
Right. Okay.
Literally, it's like if me and you and our mutual friend Kim, we go to church, we hear about faith, we go to coffee, we talk about faith. How did you portray that message? What did you get out of it? How can we practically apply it? That's what we're doing in our community calls weekly. Like this week, we were talking about emotional eating. Here's Vince. Here's how he got through emotional eating. These are the practical steps he did it. So that's what our community calls look like. That's our second tire. Our third tire is a coach who's been there, who's going to walk you through the program, who on day 2, when it's like the worst detox day, I'm going to say, hey, did you have your pickles like we talked about? Oh, no. And they'll have the pickles. The electrolytes will help stabilize them. They'll be doing a lot better. But someone who's an advocate that knows, okay, this is what you came for. So let's talk about, let's just call him Bob. Bob came to me two years ago. We lost 85 pounds together. Bob had a knee replacement surgery that went bad, and he started emotional eating a little bit. So got back in structure. I kept calling him, and then he's like, okay, I've put 20 pounds back on because I let the emotional eating get to me. And he said, but more than that. And he actually came and spoke at one of my events, and he had it on a cane, and he had all 4 tires on the cane and said, look, I haven't been leaning on my structure. I was just doing my own thing. And so that's the biggest thing that makes our program different. You have a coach who says, hey, Bob, you told me that you want to live long enough to see grandkids.
Yes.
You told me that you only have 2 years left before your daughter, leaves the home for graduation, and you want to get on the golf course with her. So when Bob got back into structure, and I see pictures of him on Facebook playing golf with his daughter, I texted, hey, how's it feel to be back in structure? And he even taught me something. That's the power of community. One day I was telling him, I said, Bob, in the Bible, it talks about they cross the river, and he tells them to put up the stones to mark how far they've come, so that when they look back, they can see the stones to say, that's where we came from when we crossed the river. Right. And Bob said to me, and I know if I see that pillar of stones getting closer, I know I'm going in the wrong direction. Really helping create sustainable things. And then I also have my clients, when they hit a 10-pound goal, a 50-pound goal, go out and buy one bright piece of clothing, a new clothing that couldn't fit before. So when my client, we'll just call her Kay, hit negative 105 pounds, I said, okay, I want you to go buy a bright yellow shirt, because she's a very cheery person in the place. But every time you wear that bright yellow shirt, I want you to say, I got to get this because I lost 102 pounds. That's my pillar in the stand, to say I won't go back. If I start not fitting in that yellow shirt, I know I'm putting those things back on.
So you don't believe, it's like you don't believe in cheat days when people say, well, I did so well this week, let me go have a burger.
No, I call that a Tuesday, because you're consciously making a choice. And my clients will be like, okay, it's my birthday. It's my anniversary. It's Christmas. Okay, that's great. If you don't have a birthday in August, guess what? There's going to be a holiday in every other month. And if you have a birthday in August, well, every month you're going to have a holiday. And that's fine. You can choose to have the birthday cake or the burger or whatever, but you have to choose to stay in your structure the other part of the time. I have a client who, the fourth part of our program is we have a structured meal plan, and we do have what I call training wheels, some products to help people learn. I have a client, love him to death, but he will call me every 3 years. Hey, I need to lose 30 pounds. Okay, let's do it. But it's a revolving door for him, because he's only using that one tire. But what happens with him is every time he has lost the 30 pounds, the next weekend he goes out and has cheeseburger and fries, and he calls me freaking out because he's put on 3 pounds in 2 days, because all the content is just making him hold on to all the weight, and he's getting inflamed and all of those things. And I can't want it enough for him. I can't drive the vehicle. I can give him tires, but I can't drive it for him. And you have, when you say, I want my friend to do XYZ, or for me, I have family members. I want them to be healthy, but I can't want it enough for them until they want to take the driver wheel.
Right. They have to do the work, no matter how you look at it, right? They have to do the work. But there's so much conflicting information out there when it comes to protein, carbs, fasting, supplements. What do you tell people?
So it all depends on their goal. So when somebody does a metabolic scan that you mentioned, they send that scan and I'll look at it and say, okay, here's where your visceral fat is, here's where your this is. But I have them like literally write in there, what is it that you want in your health? When was the last time you felt like this? So they respond in that metabolic scan. So I can say, okay, this is what you said. I want to be there for my grandkids. And for me, that would be losing X amount of pounds. So then I'm going to, if that's, let's just say 30 pounds, because that's the number we keep going to right now.
Yeah.
There's 30 pounds. I'm going to take their carbs down to about 85 grams a day. And then I'm going to be getting them the proteins and the healthy fats. A lot of people will cut out the fat because they don't want to gain fat, but you still have to oil the joints. You still have to lubricate and all of those things. So you still need healthy fats. Don't get a scoop of Crisco.
No.
Avocado or some walnuts or a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, dressings will kick you out of what I call fat burn so fast because there's so many calories in, especially if you go out to eat. They will put so much dressing on you might as well have had the French fries and the hamburger because there's so many calories on it. So if you're getting a salad and thinking, oh, I'm eating healthy, get the dressing on the side and dip. Don't dip a lot, but just dip it because they'll give you that one, they give you that one little thing, and even that little thing that they give you at every restaurant, it's the same size. It's still too much in that. But if they were to drown it like they typically do, you might as well have the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But I know a lot of people do eat out, and so how can you share with them the importance of mindful eating?
Yeah, mindful eating, that's very easy. Especially for our clients, we have a dine out guide. You want to go to
dine out guide.
Here's what you want to get. But if you're in a small town or you're not part of my program, what can you do? Just think of salads, dressing on the side. You're not a big salad person. Okay, do some chicken and veggies, but ask them not to coat it in all the things. Just say just grill it, make sure they're not frying it, obviously. Skip the mashed potatoes because that's carb city. Plus they have butter and all the things, but just lean and green. Lean meats, green veggies.
Yeah.
And what is that? We call it the 9-inch plate rule. I don't know if you've heard of this, but 9-inch plate rule. Picture a 9-inch plate. Your protein, you're going to want it to be about 6 to 7 ounces of protein, unless it's beef, then you want it to be about 5. What does that look like? A deck of cards. What is my greens? A small paperback book. Now that's if you're trying to lose. Now, if you're trying to build, obviously we want to put some healthy grains and stuff in, but just if you're trying to lose, I want to look lean and green.
Lean and green.
Chicken. If I have a burger, it needs to be light. If you're going to have a burger, lettuce wrap, try to hold off light condiments, because again, ketchups and mayonnaise and all the sauces they want to put on burgers, all the calories. Right.
Sugar is a major issue, correct?
Yeah.
So sugar is addictive.
Right.
So how do you teach your clients to do less of sugar?
Yeah. So again, back to water. The first thing that touches your lips all day long is going to be what you crave. If you're going to have something sugar, I would have water before it and have 20 ounces of water. Anytime you want to eat something and you shouldn't be eating something, have a bottle of water. That's going to help fill you up. And then say, okay, am I truly hungry? Or is my head just wanting something, Yes. But if there is, you want to have some sugar, just think of things that are better. If you're trying to lose weight, you don't want a ton of fruit, but definitely fruit's going to be better than getting the ice cream. On my program, some of our training wheels, some of our products, they're sweet. They're sweetened with monk fruit, those kinds of things. So that's a little bit better. Stevia is, better than sugar, those kinds of things when you're trying to go through those things. But for me, I do have to have my sweets. When I'm using our tools, I'm typically going to our chocolate mint bar.
Oh, okay.
When I'm right now, I don't have any of our fuelings because I'm on my fertility journey and I'm trying to buy the book. I love these things. They're called Just Date Dark Chocolate. You can get them at Whole Foods or Nature's Grocer. They're chocolate chips, like baking chips, that are made of dates. And I could fix my sweet tooth with about 3 or 4 chips.
Fiber. How important is fiber?
Yeah, fiber is very important because we got to keep things moving, right? We don't want to be stocked up and all of the things. And so I tell my clients who are getting, stocked up and those things pretty regular. There's this product out there called Smooth Move Tea. You can get it online. You can get it on Amazon and all the things. Really helps if you're getting, constipated and things like that. If you're not trying to lose weight, obviously there's fiber in fruits. There's fiber in veggies. So if you're doing lean and green, you're getting lots of fiber there too.
Great. Oh, good advice. How much does sleep, chronic stress, emotional health, and our daily environment influence metabolic health? Speak to that.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge because I'll have clients who are like 100 on program, but they're sleeping 5 hours a night. And that just takes your body's not resting, it's not restoring. So then that alone, not sleeping, and here, perfect example, I got up at 3:20 a.m. yesterday, coming back from our conference in Florida, which means 12:20 Arizona.
Yes.
Flew all day, got home, went to church. We had friends in that were preaching from out of town. So we went to a barbecue after that with them.
Wow.
And then by the time I went to bed, it was like 20 hours I'd been awake, which is not a normal for me. But all day I was just like, a zombie, right? And even today, got 9 hours of sleep last night, doing better. But for me, I am like not tired on the day that I didn't sleep. It's today that's like, okay, got to get moving and stuff like that. But your sleep can hold on to literally make you hold on to the weight, because if you're not getting the rest, it again doesn't know how to process all the things that you're already putting into it. And then usually most of us are pouring coffee on top of that, especially if you're pouring coffee onto an empty stomach. That's not good because it's going to mess up all the things. So again, I always say water and protein first thing in the morning. Those things are going to help. But my husband was doing truck driving through the night.
Wow.
Back and forth, 14-hour days, sitting and all the things. And when we met with our fertility coach, that was like the number one. She's like, I don't want you to change your job, but if you ever want to get out of that field, it would be huge on your job because of the circadian rhythm and all the things.
Yes.
And I know a lot of your listeners might have to work nights and stuff like that, but things you can do to regulate that sleep. And especially if you got families, that was what's really hard for him, getting sleep, because he comes home and I'm working and doing all the things. Right. He's like, come to bed with me. I'm like, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. Like, I gotta go help people. Yes. But that's where I was before I was, before I had the right nutrition. And the right nutrition will help you sleep properly. So when my clients come to me and say, oh, I can't sleep, I've been having this and that. And so then I walk through their nutrition and say, okay, XYZ, these are the things that are keeping you up. Obviously not having caffeine after like 2 p.m. and those kinds of things is a big deal. But you will age yourself faster and faster and faster if you are not getting the sleep. And so you have to ask yourself, how old do you want to be? How long do you want to be on this earth? And are you are you sleeping like you want to live till, for me, it's going to be 100, 105. That's what I have a lot of dreams to live.
Hey,
So,
yes.
I'm going to be a mom at 45, 46. Like I'm going to have to live a long time to watch
Raise that kid. Yes.
raise the kid, watch him do all the things. So am I getting enough sleep? And sleep is huge for me. My mentor literally told me before I married my husband, he said, you don't need someone to come in there and run your business you need someone to tell you to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm constantly I love people. God's called me to be a connector of people, to do all the things. So I see all the events and I want to go to them and I want to meet the people and all the things. But if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not putting oxygen on yourself, good example, I read in a book, if you have, God gives you 5 things to do, and there's this other thing, especially in church, like we always pick up the thing that nobody else, like it needs to be done. So and that was me. I'm going to pick up the extra thing because it has to be done. Okay, great. Now these 5 things are suffering and I stole someone else's opportunity. I'm okay sometimes doing things a little half-hearted, but am I okay stealing someone else's opportunity? And when I would do that, my sleep would be the first thing to suffer. And so a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of events and I had some meetings in the morning and my husband was headed out the door and he asked me a question. Like I just started crying. He's like, why are you crying? And I'm like, because I put too much on my plate.
Yes.
I have to get this meeting at 7:30 and this is not working and that's not working. He's like, and you didn't sleep last night. It plays into all your emotions because you're not fully alert. If, picture your phone, right? You charge it, the battery's at 100%, and the more and more it gets to the end, what does it ask you? It puts you to put it in low power mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to run your life on low power mode, or do you want full battery so you can have full capacity of what God's called you to do?
Yes. So
that's what sleep is.
Yeah. So sleep is extremely important, right? And you believe that your nutrition plays a major role in your desire, your sleeping patterns.
Yeah. Good example is, I'll tell you 2 stories. Good example is this last week until last night, probably because I was up 20 hours. I've been waking up every night at 3 a.m., 3:20 for like 5 days. And I'm like, and on the spiritual side, that also means something. And God shows me what that means. But when I woke up, the first initial thing is like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, I haven't been eating enough protein. Like that's my problem. So the next night I was like, we had made burgers for dinner, had another one, like right, but like because I teach my people to eat something every 2.5 to 3 hours, something small.
Really?
Let's eat 3 big meals. And then, because if your body, I can teach you how your body needs this much nutrition every 3 hours rather than spreading it out. Because when you eat too much, your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Yes.
When you're not eating enough, it holds on. So it's like, oh, well, she didn't eat, in the last 5 hours. I don't know when I'm going to eat again. So I'm going to store it. So I can teach my clients and I can have them into what I call a gentle fat burn, a mild ketosis in about 3 days, because their body will start to recognize, oh, I'm getting hungry. Oh, I'm going to eat. I'll let this go. But if it's like, I'm eating here, I'm eating there, it doesn't know when to let go and when to process. But if you're eating something every few hours, then you're able to process it and your body won't hold on. So for me that night, it's like, okay, we had dinner at 6 and I was like, and it was a lighter dinner. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have another one, something, because I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. I need to get my sleep. It really played a major role last week for me to not be sleeping.
Yeah. I often talk about Healthspan on my podcast, and as opposed to just lifespan. So when I say Healthspan, what does that mean to you?
Healthspan says that I need to live to be around for my kids and my grandkids, and I don't want to be a mom from the couch. I want to be the mom that's outside swimming in the pool with my kids. I don't want to be the mom that's like trying to get down on the floor to play Legos. Yes. I want to be the mom that's like this, right? With my kids, right? All involved. And so, a lot of people will tell me that you're too old to be a mom. Like all the doctors tell me I'm too old. That's why I'm going through all the natural things. But if I am fully present with my family, and I can do all the things and my health is not holding me back. That's what Healthspan is to me. God has put this vision on my heart to help people, be a connector of people, to be a wife and a mom wherever ministry calls me to be, not where a clock tells me I have to punch in and out. And if I'm doing that, I want to be doing it fully. I don't want to be sitting on the couch giving orders. I can't go connect people. I can't go dancing this weekend with my friend and connect with other like-minded people that want to have a good time. And if I'm exhausted all the time, because in dancing world, country swing dancing world, don't start till 9 o'clock. So I got to go to bed early. My friend's coming in town and we're going to go dancing. And I don't want to be in bed. I want to go dancing with my friend that night. But I have to take care of myself this week and use my time wisely, to your point, like getting my sleep, getting the right nutrition, all those things in. Then I'm not going to be able to do this week. It's dancing. Next week, it's my brother and his 11 kids are coming, and we're going to be swimming all week. So I have to do the right nutrition.
Did you say 11 kids?
Yep.
Blended
marriage, but yes, we have a full life.
Oh my goodness. This has been really lively. It's been really great, Shay. But I want to find out from you, because I'm sure some people may want to connect with you or learn more about you. Can you tell my viewers and listeners how they can learn more about your work, connect with you personally if they can, and where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all over social media. So if you're a Facebooker, it's Shay Galloway Raney. If you're an Instagrammer, Shay Galloway 1. And then also, I know that Vince said he's going to put the link below for you guys to do that metabolic scan. It'll take 3 minutes for you just to kind of put in your lifestyle. It's even going to give you a video at the end, especially if you're struggling with visceral fat. So pay attention at the end. If it says your visceral fat is in the red, make sure you watch that video. It'll really give you an eye opener of how dangerous visceral is, because it just basically suffocates out your organs. But that, by doing that scan, takes 3 minutes. That has your phone number in it. I can reach out to you, or if you'd rather DM me on one of my socials, I would love to connect with you, and we can chat. We can set up an explore call, see if this could be a good fit for you, get some free tips, get some recipes, just some little actionable, tangible steps for you to move forward in your health.
This is great, but it sounds like you guys have a thorough program. Yes. And you're not denying people some food that they can enjoy. You're just eating the best food for their bodies.
Right, with the best protein.
The best protein.
Yeah.
Protein, you keep mentioning that. Protein is so important.
Right. Because especially if you're trying to build, you should be having at least whatever your muscle mass is in protein a day. So my muscle mass is around 96 pounds of muscle. So I have to be having 96 grams. Most people are going to be like, I don't even know what that means.
Right.
That's why we have a program that has training wheels that's going to teach you what that looks like, so that you can move forward. And like I said, start with a deck of cards looking like meat, small paperback book, lean and green, and eating every few hours.
Wow, that is powerful, because I know all protein is not created equal.
No, it has to be high quality protein.
It has to be high quality protein. Wow, I can imagine you must be doing very well with your business, because this is so rewarding.
Yeah, so many ways. We have an amazing company. We actually just rebranded and relaunched this week. If listeners are listening to this next week, we are doing a whole Zoom this week to talk about what it is exactly that we're doing. And if you want to fill out that metabolic health scan, I will give you access to the recording of that call, so you can see it at a glimpse. But of course, I can always talk to you about it too. But if you want to see it before you reach out and people get scared, we can put that up. Maybe that's once everything's done. In the show comments, we can say, send me the video, and I can send them the video after, how that works best for them.
Okay, sounds great. So Shay, on behalf of Body Sculpt of New York, it's my nonprofit organization, and 6 Weeks of Fitness, I want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Yep. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Oh man, and to my listeners, I truly hope this program was informative, encouraging, and inspiring, and that you will continue tuning in to my 6 Weeks of Fitness podcast. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for the show, please leave them in the comment section below or email me at vince@sixweeks.com. And please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And remember, we may not be able to add more years to your life, but we can definitely add more life to your years. Thank you so much, Shay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, and I'll be in touch, though. I'll be sending you all this information and links by early next week, and I look forward to getting it out there. A lot of great information.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, where in the valley do you live?
I'm in Chandler.
Okay, awesome. So we have live events every couple of months and stuff. So I'll get you the info if you want to come out and meet some of the clients and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would like to do that. That's a powerful program you have there.
Yeah, and I'll get you that link. Are you available on Thursday at 5 p.m.?
No, because I work. My regular job is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11-hour days.
Okay.
I'm busy. Unfortunately, I'm going to change that.
I'll send you the recording.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm interested in seeing and learning more about it.
Yeah, then we can chat after, and I can answer any questions you have. So thank you so much for
Sounds great. Thank you. I'll thank Kim for the introduction.
Yeah, I'll thank her too. All right.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.